Welcome back. Happy Monday. We are here after a crazy NFL Sunday week 10 and a crazy Sunday night football game to cap it off. The Detroit Lions make a great comeback against the Houston Texans, who could not score in the second half. It was hard watching my Texans kind of crumble apart there at the end. Joe Mixon running into a wall. Yeah, just kind of a bizarre game all around. All the interceptions and uh, it was just a interesting watch to say the least. I hope when Nico Collins gets back, it's a little shot in the arm. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't know what else they can do. Defense looked pretty good to stop that offense for as long as they did. Just Bobby Slowick and CJ Stroud need to work something out. The line even looked way better tonight. They were blocking well, but focusing ahead on looking ahead at the week. So yesterday's game, we had our free picks on YouTube and other platforms were very close. If Stroud gets another drive, if he hits a few more, just like one more pass, and then this Goff, if he's done throwing 5 interceptions, he gets here. You got to assume if some of those drives that are interceptions don't end in interceptions and they just continue to drive the field, Amon gets another catch or two. So I feel like this has been the story for a while. Our reads are right. We're making some good decisions. We're using data. We're using the analytics, and then just game script doesn't unfold the right way. That's that's the nature of gambling, right? VIP did have a winner. Jamison Williams over, Joe Mixon over rush attempts, and Tim Patrick under 4.5 fantasy score. That is way too high for a wide receiver 4. Didn't even get I don't even know if he got a target, honestly. So this is just a line. When I think fantasy score, you got to think, okay, well, what's like the minimum? 2 catches for 25 yards. Okay, well, when does he ever get 2 catches and 25 yards? It's just a lot. Is he an end zone threat? No, he's not. So that's an easy read, in my opinion. But we are going to focus ahead on Monday Night Football. Actually, kind of exciting one. Rams, Dolphins. Rams are coming in hot after a couple wins here. Dolphins are maybe not as hot, but they are a team with Tua back that is at least competent. Defense is maybe not as bad as some of the numbers would say, and that's where I think there's going to be some people making some bets, maybe incorrectly. Is some of these stats are going to be quite deceiving because of the weeks that Tua was out, and you got to really be focusing on the weeks he was there and what does that look like. So I have 3 Rams and 1 Dolphin. You can see 2 of them right now. 2 of the picks, 3 of the picks. So starting off with Puka over 5.5 receptions. Puka was getting the lion's share of targets whenever him and Cooper Kupp played. It's not. Whenever you think 1A, 1B, you would think Cooper Kupp 1A. I think Nakua is the one. When he plays a full game, percolated or kind of stretch that out over a whole season, I think Puka's the one. And that's just kind of the nature of who he is as a player, capabilities he has. I don't think he's carrying much of an injury. He actually got kind of some rest after getting ejected last week. So could work out in his favor. I went for his receptions here just because he does have a little bit more of that screen game. Some of the jet sweep, it could be just like a pass off. Whereas the yardage, I think more big play, which he does have yard after catch. I just think 5.5 is too low for a Puka. Line, you tend to see this more maybe like 6.5. We see Cooper Kupp's reception line is at 6.5. So I think that's just kind of too far apart price, in my opinion. And this, I think, is riding on the tail of this one last week, but he got ejected and he had 4 targets before he got ejected. So I feel like this is not a crazy line. If he plays the full game, if he doesn't get ejected, if he doesn't get hurt, I think that's one of the easier lines that we could take. And then Kyren Williams under 2.5 receptions. Now, people are gonna be like, well, he had a 7 a couple games ago, or 5. But looking at his targets, okay, go look at his targets of recent. He got 3 last week. He's had weeks where he gets 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. We're looking for him to get 3 catches. So that means, the targets, if you get 3 targets, that might not even be one catch. So this Dolphins defense has actually been very solid about not giving up too much receptions to the running backs. I think part of that has to do with the running backs just being more run downhill because this Dolphins team has just not had any life. And what do we know about Kyren Williams? He is fine with just running downhill 25 times a game. I don't necessarily think that they're going to need to throw it to the running back whenever they have Puka, Cooper. And I mean, we've seen the rise of Demarcus Robinson. We see Tutu Atwell, Tyler Johnson. Like Matthew Stafford has the receivers in his toolkit now. There's not a need to dump off to the running back, especially in what I anticipate is going to be more of a positive game script. I think they're just going to keep Kyren kind of running downhill. So 3 catches, I think that's just a bit steep. If he gets some dump offs early, then I mean, we're just kind of screwed. But this is a pretty high number when you factor in this offense, and Stafford likes to push the ball downfield. So third play is Devon Achane over 58.5 rushing yards. This is a number that he could hit in a couple of plays. He is explosive, and this Rams run defense has notoriously not been all that great. It's been better than I think mentally some are viewing it, especially of late. But where they struggled is a bit on the outside. I was reading this from my partners at Player Prop Shop. Uh, Here it is. Counter the Rams. So they have some interior pressure, but the outside and open space. So they have some low defensive ranks, 22nd in DVOA, 21st in pass defensive rush success, and then adjust line. So we know that Devon Achane is the more explosive runner between him and Mostert. I don't think Mostert's going to be a threat to steal yardage away from him between the 20s. I always view Mostert as a threat to steal carries at the goal line, which for our play, that's okay. As long as Achane's marching up and down the field, we're going to be A-okay. Excuse me, I feel like I'm sneezing or something every episode now. Achane is a great weapon, even out of the backfield, but this number is crazy. 5.5. His reception line, or receiving yards 45.5. That's like a college running back line, that's insane. But he could hit it. Like that's the crazy thing too, is they push him out in the slot. If you wanted to, you could go to his rush and receiving. That's something you could do. I'm just gonna stick to his rush yards. I think this line's a little too low for a team that has not had some trouble defending some outside runs and whatever, and that's where Chain's going to thrive on just kind of little handoffs from Tua. Then I got one more play. It's another under, and it's going to be Colby Parkinson under 21.5 receiving yards. Colby Parkinson is right now in a group of tight ends that is covering for, oh man, I'm blanking on the name. Tyler Higbee. Waiting on Tyler Higbee to come back. There's 3 tight ends, Colby Parkinson, Davis Allen, and I cannot remember the third one. Hunter Long. Didn't even know that guy. Last game, Colby Parkinson didn't even draw a target. Davis Allen, the second-year guy, got 3. Hunter Long had 1. And this is kind of more so proving my point earlier about Stafford likes to throw to the wide receivers. Last week, 14 to Cup, Tutu got 3, DeMarcus 9, Tyler got 5, and then Puka had 4 before he got ejected. And then 3 went to Kyren. He likes to throw to the wide receivers. So when I think about tight ends, and if I'm dealing with a committee already, and last week in a very pass-heavy game script, Parkinson wasn't involved in that, didn't even draw a target, that's concerning to me. I think maybe they could just be seeing that they like Davis Allen more. Maybe it could just be luck of the draw, and like that was the tight end on the field at the play at the time. But I'm not going to take my chances for 22 receiving yards for a tight end that even when he was getting some catches, it was more like underneath, and that was when Puka was not there. So with Puka back, this line I think is just hanging a little too high. If some of the other tight end lines come out, like Davis Allen at 8.5, or I don't think I would mess with Hunter Long, maybe Davis Allen, but if those lines come out around 8.5, maybe 7.5, I would maybe take a shot on those. And you could see me post some of those in my winnable. Right now, I'm running a promo. And if you want some free VIP picks for tonight, it would last until Thursday night. I think it would even last until next Sunday. So that would be great value for you to get a full week of free VIP picks. All you have to do is use the code WEEK10 when you sign up for weekly plan or monthly, whatever it is. you'll get a free week, no matter which one you sign up for, if you use the code week10. If you're not familiar with Winnable, it's essentially a place that I post all my picks. So yesterday I posted about VIP getting a winner, posted about our free picks being just so close. And then you see how I post VIP plays here, free plays. It's a great site for me to be able to house that easily. But like I said, for you, all you'd have to do is go to VIP Picks Weekly, subscribe, and then apply promo week 10, and you'll see the $0. Make sure it says $0. Don't want anything like get messy. Just make sure it has that. You can cancel before the billing starts. You can just kind of get a feel, see if it's for you. If not, appreciate you stopping by at the very least. So these are going to be my 4 plays. Nukua over 5.5. Kyron under 2.5. Devon Achane over 58 rush yards, and Colby Parkinson under 21 receiving yards. I'm going to lock those in and post those over on Winnable. If you enjoyed this video, if you're still watching, I'd really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button. It's free of cost to you. It really helps out the channel a lot, helps get my videos promoted. If you enjoyed this and you're going to ride some of these picks, hit the like button. I'd also love if you comment. Let me know if you're tailing. Let me know if you join the Winnable. I love being able to have some back and forth and discuss with you. So I enjoy you stopping by. Hope we make some money on this Monday night football game. Hope you have a great start to the week. I know we got some work coming up, but we'll get through it, get through the day. We got some football to tuck us in tonight, and then we'll gear up for the rest of the week with some college football. Appreciate you guys. Hope you have a great one. Let's make some money.